Thank you. Armand King, followed by David Ross, followed by Brandon Williams.
Hello, back again. I feel like I need to be back here again because I don't speak for myself. I speak for the 4th District and inner cities throughout San Diego. And once again, addressing your comments, they weren't taken lightly, nor do we accept your apology. We've heard your apology. You can stop apologizing via people on air. We've heard you. I'm from the streets. And apologies, you don't apologize for stuff that comes from your heart. We felt your heart that day. We felt your heart in your message. And once again, I'm here. I don't need all this time, but we are definitely asking for your resignation. And I speak on behalf of the people that can't come here or feel that they have a voice here or have a voice with you. And that's a lot of your 4th District that I represent. And we are on the groundwork. We do believe we're not just speaking out against police. We're actively, more than speaking out against police violence against us and harassment, we're on the streets, and we're actually working on stopping the violence in the streets. Some grassroots work is really being done in San Diego that you guys might not be aware of, and we're not necessarily getting the acknowledgement that we should or the backing and support from our city, but it doesn't matter. We know we have to clean up our own stuff, but having somebody that's supposed to represent us actually coming against us in the work that we're doing, it felt like a real slap in the face. And we're out here 24/7 every day. I live, sleep, and eat this. And that's what I do for my people that you're supposed to represent. And I say, you guys have a great day. Oh, really quick, though, too, I'm glad you finally said something about the clapping, because yesterday we were pretty much shut up for clapping. And then when I came in today, it was like 5 clapping sessions before. And that just shows the difference between how law enforcement is treated and the people are treated. So, yeah, that was noted. But I'm glad somebody finally did say something about the clapping, because we were shut up yesterday. All right, you guys have a great day.
David Ross, followed by Brandon Williams, followed by Martha Welch.
Well, I've been working with homeless families and people on the street for 17 years, and it's growing. It's going from 2,000 to 9,000. I see council number 7, District 7 is not here, and I wish that individual here, and so that, Madam President, you don't feel I'm getting personal. I'm addressing a councilman as a citizen. I was up here last Monday and said to this gentleman, seems like you have a little bit of a game when you went a round or two with Donna Fry the other day, so I'd invite you to come down to 16th and Island Street whenever you'd like to at night and help me tell 50 or 100 families where they can go at 9 o'clock at night with their children with them. And he nodded his head, which indicated to me in my old corporate world that you understood what I said and at least might even agree to do it. I called, Madam President, 7 times, starting with that Monday, to this man's office, to his chief of staff, Garrett Barrett. It doesn't make a difference. I don't know the young man. This is not personal. This is business. 7 times, Lori, Todd, Myrtle, Mark, Chris, David, Marty, if any of you called me, I would respect you by calling you back. It's a fiduciary responsibility to respond to the citizens. I'm a citizen. And I knew he couldn't do anything when he went down there. I'm not naive. I'm an old ghetto boy from Detroit and a corporate guy for 35 years. I'm not a simplistic fool. But to dismiss and not respond to 7 different calls is absolutely irresponsible, and it shows the lack of motivation to do anything if you're not willing to come and look at the fire that's raging. You don't want to see it on TV. You can't go down there. So, Madam President, thank you. What do I do as a citizen to have someone respond? Could I ask that, or is that out of line? Or just have somebody call me and tell me no.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
I've been hit more than Joe Frazier. I can take a no. Hit you too, Todd, you little fool. I love you, though. Thank you.
Just note for the record that we've now received over 15 non-agenda public comment speaker slips. So, Mr. Stump, your slip will be taken at the end of the session, and any other slips received from this point forward will be taken at the end of the session, if time permits this morning, or at the end of the session in the afternoon. Continue with the 15 that we have this morning. Brandon Williams, followed by Martha Welch, followed by Khalid Alexander. And please come forward when your name is called. There are seats in the front for speakers. Mr. Williams. If not, then Martha Welch, please come forward, followed by Khalid Alexander, followed by Minuhati Kemaata. Martha Welch, you're first up.
Martha Welch, these firehouse bonds on the ballot or not seems rushed to me. This is why I'm against it. Is it legal? Bids only 5 years. That's all I looked it up. That's all I can do, not 30 years. Now, if we get the bond, if we don't get it, will the counties give you money or not? If you get the bond, will they? We don't know if you get the bond or not. We don't tell us you get the bonds or not. It's not sure about this, Now we have to have insurance for fire, flood, and earthquake. Who's going to pay, the city or the people? You can't do this, but property, that it goes up and down. Also, the rents might go up because they have to insurance and properties will go up and everything. Rents go up. That's very good for housing, right? Now, I know we need fire safes. I know that. But you haven't proved me that you can't do this because I saw the budget, how much you had. $3 billion. You can't. That's what it says on open government. That's what it says right now. I saw the police this morning. I haven't seen a body cam on anyone yet. Everywhere I look them too, and those cameras are not on their bodies, on the cars or anything. I never see it. Also to have 10 million for academies. On Webb, it's a community college. So you don't have those things. How do you get the police if you're down? So I think it's less because body cameras are 1,045 too. That's all the thing you can police. I don't think you have anywhere over 2,000. I don't think you have that much police. I think you're down much more. And the public service, they told them squads, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think in the fire trucks, 9 to 11. That's what you have because you don't want to face. They're private. You don't want to face that. You can you can get it free if you want to.
Khalid Alexander, followed by Minuhati Kemaata, followed by Pastor Ray Smith, followed by Teresa T. Williams.
Yeah, so the other day, the reason why I'm here the other day is because of the statements that Myrtle Cole made to the council. And so my statements also will be presented to the council. I don't understand civic engagement totally, but I'm hoping that as elected officials, you hold one another accountable for the statements and the words that come out of their mouth, particularly when it comes to the effects that are going to happen to those who are directly impacted by them. About a couple of weeks ago, we had a meeting where we were discussing police brutality, police racial harassment, and a number of other issues. And it was presented as if we were anti-police. We're not anti-police. In fact, we're very appreciative of the police. We may not be buying a puppy for the police, but we do appreciate them when they're there to protect and serve us. What we don't appreciate them is when they're there to harass and denigrate us. When we brought up the question of whether or not racial profiling exists to Myrtle Cole, her response was, she recognizes that some people believe that it exists, which is the same type of semantics that people say to dismiss racial profiling when they say there's a perception of racial profiling that we've heard numerous times from multiple councilmen, as council people, as well as the police department. And we're tired of being ignored, and we're tired of the type of harassment that occurs. I was saddened that the person who had an opportunity to recognize that this was a chance to actually have real engagement with real community members would then turn around when nobody's there and dismiss everything and not only say that racial profiling is not only a belief or that it does not exist, not only deny racial profiling, but to recognize that it exists and it exists for a reason, that reason being that people are being killed in Detroit and Chicago. Absolute nonsense. Anyways, I've been told that Myrtle Cole has made an apology. I'm willing to accept that apology for its blanket face value. However, I would like to look forward to, we will continue to call for her resignation and anybody else's resignation that ignores the issues of their community members until they show us that they're actually there for us. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, sir, I warn you.
Menuhati Kema'ata, followed by Pastor Ray Smith, followed by Teresa T. Williams.
Okay. I'm glad to see you wipe that smirk off your face, Myrtle. So I just want to say that just because you're in a leadership position doesn't necessarily make you a leader. And so part of being a leader is servitude to your community. And the reason why let me speak for myself, the reason why I don't accept your apology is because it wasn't a real apology. Your apology is something that reflects in your behavior. If you're truly sorry, then it needs to reflect in your behavior. And so far, you've given us your true colors. You had the opportunity to interact with us at the community meeting, and you didn't. You chose to, when nobody was looking, to say how you really felt, but you didn't have the courage to say how you really felt in front of us. And so I just want to let you and everybody else know, especially the ones you felt the need to apologize to, not to underestimate us, because everybody you see here are all leaders. We all come from Southeast San Diego. We all come from these streets. We've been on the good side and the bad. So we have a lot of impact in the community. It's not just the police that's protecting and defending people in the community. It's the people you see in this room. Everybody has a part to play in that. You know what I'm saying? So a leader is only as strong as the community that looks towards this leader for guidance. And right now, we don't look to you for that guidance. You know, and I hope that you can see that you got some growing to do. And we can't stand for that. So anybody who feels the need to justify racial profiling and then turn around and say that it's our fault just shows that there's no accountability. And you need to be held accountable. And that goes for anybody else in a leadership position. You need to be held accountable. So with that being said, please resign.
Thank you.
If you really cared, you know where we're at.
Thank you, sir. The next speaker's time.
Pastor Ray Smith, followed by Teresa T. Williams, followed by Abdur Rahim Hamid, followed by, we'll be able to fit Mr. Stump in since we had two folks who didn't speak. So Pastor Ray Smith is your turn.
Good morning, Council. My name is Pastor Ray L. Smith. I am the senior pastor of the United Missionary Baptist Church here in the city of San Diego. I'm here for two reasons. One is to ask for your support when it comes down to our community job initiative program. It is our goal to hire between 40 and 60 at-risk youth into some type of employment this summer. We have met with Myrtle, and we praise God and we thank you for meeting with us in regards to the jobs, and we are looking forward to make a difference in our community. We believe that one of the issues is, as it relates to crime and violence, is the lack of employment opportunities, and we believe that with the help of the council, we have met with Reginald Jones from the Jacobs Center, who has agreed to serve as our fiscal agent to work along with us. We have contracts as we speak now with several of the developers. We also met with Ron Roberts and Greg Cox, who has also donated $58,000 so far to buy transportation in regards to trucks, vehicles, tools, equipments, and uniforms for the youth. The only thing we don't have as we speak now is the money to pay the wages for the young people. We think we can cut down the violence if we just had some help in regards to the council chambers. Myrtle, thank you so much. You met with us, and we thank you for meeting with us. We're saddened that all the other has gone on, and I wanna ask these young men. I've been in your position before. I'm an ex-con. I spent 3.5 years in prison back in 1976. I've been doing civil rights work for a long, long time. I'm on my 39th year. I've been through the John Hartleys, Susan Goldens, and all the rest, Roger Hitchcocks. I've been there, I've done that. And I just believe that if we could come together as a city, this can be the greatest city in this whole country. We need your help. so very much. And I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. I know you like, thank you.
Teresa T. Williams, followed by Abdur Rahim Hamid, followed by John Stump.
Hello, I'm here in regards to the 4th District. First off, I want to honor George Stevens because I stood with him and what he believed in for my community. Second, Ray Smith, I'm sorry. I can't believe you came up here and disrespected us and thanked this lady. You had a lot of programs for our community and you haven't helped us really. It's all about governments and grants. I need some help. I'm an overcoming gang member and there ain't been nothing here for us. So back to you, Murder Call. I understand what you took pictures with you when I worked for the Metro program. San Diego, Sandy One, whatever that program is, it's all an act for y'all cameras. After y'all set up with that jumper and food, where do y'all go? You never even came to our neighborhood. George Stevens at least came down to Ocean View Park and rubbed shoulders with his community. So Zimmerman, get on her. First town hall meeting, I put cards, y'all had us put a card because we couldn't ask y'all questions ourselves. None of y'all responded. I have 3 daughters. Their last name is Catlin. Just like when Zimmerman killed one of us, my kids is in harm's way just because of their last name. They've been beat on by police. No one done nothing. And I got daughters. I'm proud to say my oldest made it to the Air Force. Something y'all didn't expect coming up out the ghetto. So I stand here for my people that can't stand here and who's afraid to speak to y'all. You are no better than her. All of you up there, like they said, as leaders, give us something so we could give y'all something. The homelessness, everybody want to feed them. What about our own children that don't got no food? The low income y'all got set up is so low to where we can't even become families. The father got to be in jail. The father can't be there. The father's in jail, there's nothing here for us. All you got is Angel Tree. There's no one here for the families that's trying daily not to get killed by the police or a gang member. That's what I stand for.
Abdur Rahim Hamid, followed by John Stump, and then any other slips we get will be taken at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen. Trouble in paradise. Let me say this. I support wholeheartedly what these young people are trying to do in terms of expressing themselves. I think I've been there, done that, and I'm still there. There's a lot of inequalities and injustices that take place in our community. But I think we have misdirected anger, or we need to focus on what the problem is at hand. When women were being assaulted in police cars by men in blue, and it was getting national attention, the mayor did a strategic move to put a cop that was in the DROP program as a woman police chief. So officers would have to look at her before they think twice about violating women. Today, Black lives do matter. African Americans are on the forefront. I'm a child of the Jim Crow era, came through the civil rights and the Black Power movement, and today I stand as Black Lives Matter. So I think the focus is not changing the guards, but changing, look at a African American police chief, that when racial profiling enters the mind of a white cop or a Latino cop, they think twice. I'm not talking about a black-skinned cop. I'm talking about a cop that thinks about community. Michael Cash. You know, the police chief that was in San Diego, when Sagana Misi Penn defended his life and was freed on for defending his life, it killed him. And I went to school with Sagan. But that's the first time that a person was, I can't think of the word, but what was it? Exonerated for defending himself against a police officer. So, yes, we care about police. I'm sorry about JD. And there's others that have gone before them. But I want to say that just think about what's happening today. Do what you do, but this is not the way to do it.